Hey everyone, all these mates here, and welcome back to another reaction video. And today we were just looking through some of Tom's older stuff. We just finished filming for End of the World, and we came across his spoken word. He has like 4 spoken words in a row, and we're just gonna do them in order. We decided that they're not super long. Sorry, I had to burp. They're not super long, so we decided we could probably just string them all along in one video and just see how much we have to talk about it. The drink. See how much we have to talk about it. I've heard this one, which is War is Coming, which is the first one, and also I've heard a little bit of Anxiety, which is his more popular one, which has like 1.1 million or something. That one, the reason why we're doing it is because we saw them, we thought they were interesting, and we've also seen some people recommend specifically the Anxiety one, but we decided, hey, let's just listen to all of them and see if we can just make it one video.
Like 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah. So. And if we can't do all of them at once, we might have to split them up. But I really don't want to have to do that because I don't know how long each videos are going to take. So I think we can all do them in just one. But we got to go ahead and get started. So are you ready? And if you don't know what a spoken word is, it's rapping without the music. It's talking. It's talking but rhyming.
I wish we'd recorded him explaining spoken word to me. It was hilarious. Not because I don't understand what it is. That's not the thing. It was just his explanation combined with me making fun of it. Was hilarious.
Anyways.
I'm ready.
He's just talking. Okay, let's do it.
It's talking.
It's talking.
It's rapping without the music, the rhythm.
It's talking without the music, but the
talking.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. War is coming.
War is coming.
War is coming. War is coming.
Is that
you can hear it in the distance. It sounds like all the screams of a million men and women. You can smell it in the air and see it on your television. And the government don't care. They see the money, not the missiles. War is coming. And there's nowhere you can hide. We get a 30-minute warning before the bomb reaches our side. You can run for somewhere safer, but you'll just run out of time because there's nothing you can do except prepare yourself to die. War is coming. Can you feel it? Has your fear become a secret? Who are you more scared of, Donald Trump or North Korea? Are you worried when you're reading all the headlines in the evening? Even atheists will pray that they survive and start believing. War is coming. Born from money. Worn and ugly like it's always been. The bullets just got faster and the bombs are made from hydrogen. America the brave will have to earn her stars and stripes again. She wrote the books on history, but someone else might write her end. War is coming. War is coming.
Dang.
War has come to get the West. It was beating down our door while we were beating on our chests. It was making better weapons while we laughed at making threats. And now it's come to get its vengeance, and we've just become oppressed. War is coming.
Dang. Yeah, so that's just the first one. And that's some deep stuff right there. I've heard it many times, but that line where he says,
that's good.
What does he say?
Good to make you think.
He says that line about writing her end.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the best line of the thing. God, you don't think about that. We're so spoiled over here. The biggest attribute that America has in the way that the world is kind of together is its distance from where a lot of bad things happen, and that's it. Obviously we have problems with the cartels and a bunch of drugs coming from the south.
The next one,
but that's kind of our war. But could you imagine if we were in the Middle East or if we were in Europe or Asia and we tried to have the same country, like what England's going through and France, they're hit way more at a way faster pace of terrorist attacks and things like that than we are. Of course, we had probably the biggest one in history pretty much. But it goes to show you, would this country even still be functioning the way it is if we were in a different location? Our biggest attribute, of course, we are only a few miles basically from Russia, but it's the side of Russia where there's not a whole lot. But I don't know. It's just crazy to think because you don't think about that. We're so set. We think that there's no end to this country. I mean, when you think about it, there's nowhere else to go for freedom. People came here because they were escaping oppression. That's how we got founded, and then we went through a lot of really bad growing pains where we again were doing things the wrong way again to other people, but we did evolve very quickly. We shot up through those growing pains, but our society over here today is so spoiled. We think we're untouchable, and we're not. And every so often, somebody reminds us that, whether it's the Twin Towers, or whether it's an attack on one of our ships, or drones being shot down, like
We're
just
way too
happened,
cocky sometimes.
like it just happened, we are not untouchable. And I mean, I think our society is probably the most delicate. Think about the kind of control that the Chinese government has over their country, and that Russia has, that Putin has over his country. And God damn, when you think about the kind of control that those people have over their countries, they're not so delicate. We can be undermined, and I think they all know this, and I think that's what's happening. We can all be undermined from the inside out. Seriously. We can be undermined from the inside out, and I think that's exactly what's going on. Whether it's through finances, or through extortion, or through just, mostly I do think it's financial. I think people have sold us out. I think they've sold our country out on a number of levels. But anyway, all right.
That shows real self-control to just cut yourself off.
I'm trying, man. 'Cause, you know,
All right. So this one's not alone. Spoken words, and so this one I haven't heard. I heard the last one, but sometimes you don't really hear the songs. You hear it, but you don't really listen sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I was really listening on what he was saying, and just sometimes it just hits harder. You know. That was really.
I like
good
that line. I just like that line because it really puts it in perspective. We are not.
We're too cocky sometimes.
We're not unstoppable. We're not unbeatable.
All right, go ahead whenever you're ready.
I'm walking out the darkness and I barely made it. Hope this reaches all the people who cannot escape it. I was just like you. I was young like you. I was trying to numb the pain I was afraid of facing. I was trying to run away from the hurt. I didn't know what I would do if living felt any worse. I tried the pills and the therapy and none of it worked. I know it kills, but I want you to know that you ain't the first. Your people can't relate if they ain't felt it themselves. It feels like everything they say when you complain doesn't help. You're sinking deeper every day. When you're awake, you're in hell. You think you changed along the way, but now it's too late to tell. It's like you were rolling with the thunder and bell, cause when the lightning started crashing, I guess you did as well. Your demons kicking down the door, they're never ringing the bell. They just keep tapping on the windows till they fall out the cells. I know you're feeling defeated, you try to keep it a secret. Your weakness got you believing you need a doctor for treatment, but taking pills ain't convenient, so you keep looking for reasons to go and flush them down the drain and find the faith to keep breathing. You lay and look at the ceiling all night when you should be sleeping, but you've been knee-deep in pieces of dreams and failed achievements. You keep repeating the moments when you were beaten and broken, and now you're bleeding emotion. You just want someone to hold you. Well, me too. Cause I've been standing on the edge trying not to jump. I only say it so you know you aren't the only one. The only thing that killed the pain was smoking weed and getting drunk. Before I knew it, I had drank a case a day for 18 months. I was sleeping with a beer by my bed. Last call was all that I could hear in my head. I know there's too many of us drinking to try and forget, but who the fuck are we gonna cheers if we drink till we're dead? And when you finally get sober, you find the friendships are over because you don't have nothing in common. If you're not getting loaded, you call them brothers, you call them family, you call them your blessings, and now they calling you, ignore the phone, and that's called depression. They try to tell you your misery is not an excuse, and you just wish they could spend a day trying to walk in your shoes. Just know you're not alone, I feel the same way as you. It isn't you against the world, cause I'm fighting them too. It's like you're losing control until you drive right off the road, and then when the vehicle rolls again, you get thrown out the holes in it. Then you notice your bones are broken and all of your clothes are wet. Soaking with gasoline, light a smoke and explode with it. Till the day that we're ghosts, you'll never be on your own, cause I'll be standing in your corner till you need me the most. I was put on this planet to lift you up when you're low, and you have done the same for me, so I'll be keeping you close. I love y'all.
Dang. That one was crazy too.
Yeah.
Some real stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just letting his feelings out there, man.
That one almost made me tear up.
Instead,
I mean, when you talk about stuff like that, it's very important because I've been very, very fortunate in my life to not go through a lot of those problems. I do think I had an alcohol problem, which is why I don't drink anymore. Not to the point of alcoholism, or I certainly wasn't violent or mean when I got drunk, but it definitely had a negative impact, like with my interactions with my family, as far as like the next day I'd be hungover. I put on a lot of weight. It was definitely probably hurt me or giving me probably more problems with my heart, things like that. So finally, just one day, just said I quit, and I hadn't had a drink yet since, and so it means I wasn't addicted to it. Obviously, I would have struggled back and forth, and I didn't really struggle with it. But looking back, it's like the best thing I could have done. So a lot of these things he talked about in that I can't super relate to, but one thing I've always tried to instill in him and his brother, and they struggle with this, I know, is mindset. I think that your own mindset especially if you're not already into that kind of stuff, you're not already into hard drugs and things like that. If you control your mindset, you can control a lot of these things about you, but it's easier said than done, and it comes through a lot of experience. So it's easier for me to tell them, well, I mean, just don't worry about that or whatever, you know. That, well, the next title is anxiety, so that'll be covered there. But
Yeah.
it's easier said than done. So it's a practice. You put into practice what you allow to impact your life. So for those of you out there who are struggling, who are into those things, you're not alone. There are thousands upon thousands of people that had to go through those same things, millions of people that have gone through those same things, and they've recovered and they found ways to do it. And there's a lot of help out there for you. So find what's local to you. Make up your mind, because if you don't make up your mind, then you're not going to be successful. So make up your mind about it. Get people that are in that corner, like he was saying. Those people are only your friends because of what you're doing right now. They're not your real friends. You think they're your friends because that's who you're getting high with. That's not your friend. Your friends are going to change. If you're going to change your life, your friends are going to change, because you have to change your surroundings. You have to get away from those temptations. Even if you get fully recovered, you still need to stay away from those temptations, because then a relapse is almost inevitable. But if you're not into it, then it's all about your mindset beforehand. You know, what drives people,
about that.
Yeah, what drives people to get into that? You know, what happens in their lives? Is it an accident? It's tough.
I'm trying to remember which song it is, but he has a song about what you're mentioning right now, how he had friends back in Canada where they would drink every night, they would smoke every night, but once he quit that,
they're not his
friends.
They're not his real friends.
Which song is that? Yeah, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I'll think about it while we're watching this next video, and I'll let you guys know, but that's a very good song that you guys should listen to. I think it's on one of his albums that I don't know if he's actually fully released it, but yeah, so that's a very good point. You ready for this next one?
I can count on one hand my friends. Like, I have friendly acquaintances, I have plenty of those, but I have maybe 3 or 4 real friends, and none of them do those kinds of things. So it's just, you're going to be somewhat of a product of your own environment. So I believe you can change that environment as well, but you have to do it.
I remember which song it is. It's on The Brave with Adam Calhoun. It's called Let Me Go, and it is a very good song where he mentioned basically everything. He has his old friends calling him, like, where did you go? Where have you been? We used to be close. I think he says, we used to be close. I thought we were friends. And then he talks about all that stuff that you just mentioned. So, very good song. Go listen to that if y'all haven't heard it. Which he actually has released The Brave on digital, but you should also support him directly and buy it from his store if it's still there. I don't even know if it's still there. It should be. Anyways, you ready for this next one?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to divide these up, or 13 minutes? Do you want to do like 2
We
videos?
can just keep doing it if you want.
All right, let's move.
I think it's fine.
All right,
We'll see. Go ahead. You can full screen it.
got it, baby. I'm on top of
You're
things.
on top of it. Don't hit go live.
I wake up feeling panicked. My pills are in the cabinet. Takes all the strength I have to just ignore them as I pass it. Man, I hope this feeling passes soon, but hell and back, it's barely noon. I'm scared to go outside. Shit, I'm surprised I even left my room. And it feels like no one understands how bad I'd love to join my friends. It's hard to breathe, I'm anxious, and I'll end up staying home instead. The doctor hasn't helped me much. He signs his name, I buy the drugs. I'm feeling weird, I take one out, it makes me feel comfortably numb. And I can't handle my emotions like I used to, it's all different now. I start to sweat, I feel confused, my fingers shake, my heartbeat pounds. And I'm feeling claustrophobic every time the closet closes because my skeletons are in there, so I have to leave it open. I'm just nervous over nothing, even shit I can't control. I used to love to be in public, now I'd rather be alone. And even though it's difficult, it's probably for the best. If I didn't make a change, I would have drank myself to death. Then I wake up feeling better than I did the day before. But then it hits me out of nowhere and almost knocks me to the floor. A heaviness, a readiness to get back into bed. A sadness that I can't explain, a cloud over my head. My deepest, darkest fears feel like they're filling up an ocean, and I'm floating on the surface with no hope to keep me going. I've been down on myself. Man, I forgot how to believe in me. I never asked for help, now I just struggle with it secretly. I wish that it was something I could sweep under the carpet. Trying to hide it all the time only makes the battle harder. Man, I lived a lot of moments that I probably should have cherished. Now they seem so far away from me, I'm angry and embarrassed. I can't even tell my parents, they don't need to keep on worrying. My mama and my papa don't deserve to have to bury me. I hope the pills I have will hold me over for a while. I'll keep searching for the strength to find my smile.
Dang.
I got away from my...
Okay. Wow, he looks what the heck? What the hey?
It's Henry Rollins.
Why does he look like that?
Like he right there with the glasses. A lot of y'all may not know who Henry Rollins is.
Just laughing. Just go with it.
Just
Just go with it. Yeah, he looks like him.
If you don't, look him up. He's got some music out there that's interesting, to say the least.
Like in a good way? What really is in a good way, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's all subjective.
It's
It's all relative.
But no, it's pretty. You'd have to look at his history. I mean, I would have to actually refresh my own memory on his actual history. But he's another guy that's definitely gone through a ton of shit. But anyway, on to that topic. You know, pills, like there's pills for everything now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like, I mean, they make money off of this. They want you to know. I just want y'all to know out there, there's a difference between feeling nervous or anxious about a project that's due or homework that's due if you're in college, or some business meeting, or making a business decision where maybe I need to change careers, or is it time for me to retire, which is actually a decision I'm dealing with right now. And how much longer do I want to keep doing this? Those are normal emotions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And when they're in normal amounts, they're very healthy because they keep you sharp. They make sure that things get done. Because when you do those things, or you do well on those things, it makes you get a dopamine rush of feeling good, an accomplishment feeling. So it's very good. That's not what he's talking about. All right. Just because you're nervous or anxious about a regular thing, that's normal. And when you attack it and take care of it, you're going to feel better. What I feel for people who have no control over these feelings, like they get it for no reason, just out of the blue, like right now, all of a sudden something would hit me, and it'd be like, and it's something just totally unrelated. Like I feel like this is in a lot of our political climate these days, is we get nervous. We see so much doom and gloom, no matter which party you're associated with. There's so much doom and gloom on both sides that if you watch that every day, all day, your mind is going to be poisoned. And that's why I don't do much political actual commentary, because it's just, I don't want to be in that cesspool of shit. Because it's like every day is just a new attack on democracy. That's like the code word now. They both sides say it's an attack on democracy. Save democracy. Oh, come on, man. Just stop. Stop with the overstatement and the propaganda. Let's move on to actual solutions. So, they market these pills to make you feel better, and then but you never actually, you don't get better. It makes you comfortably numb. I like that wording.
That was very,
that was
very
perfect.
well. Very well.
It doesn't
done.
actually help you solve what the issue is. What the issue is could be more mental. It could be something you need to actually talk over with a professional. Get to the root of it. There's something in there. There's something that maybe happened when you were a kid. There may be some need for validation. There may be some need that you're not getting met. That is the reason behind your anxiety. And so if you can find what that is and how to supplement that, then maybe you can get off any medications you currently take. Because the more medication you can get off of, the better. I'm just telling you. There's a pill for every damn thing now, and we don't need them. Yeah. We really don't. You feel like you do, though, because that's the answer. That's the answer that's marketed to you, and it's easy. Real change, really attacking a problem is hard, and that's why people don't do it. And I get that. I get that. I understand that. But do the hard work, and you will have a lifetime of change.
Good. just good. I was gonna say. I meant to say. Well said, but I just said good. That's not what I meant to say. More than that. That's good. Okay. So we got Anarchy next. I've not heard this one either. I heard like half of Anxiety, but that last half was new to me. I have not heard this one at all, but I'm really excited because all three of those have been just very well said. So I'm ready. Let's do it.
I got away from all the chains they tried to lock me up with. I wasn't made for 9-to-5s or working in construction. I never fit the system. My description is the suspect. I gave him all the finger, then I rode into the sunset. And I don't want to be promoted. I don't need to raise a buck. And I don't want the Christmas bonus or the new company truck. Keep that silly uniform I had to wash and dry. I'm not a brick that's in your wall, but you're a thorn that's in my side. I was born to not comply with all the orders and defy all of the horrors I survived. I feel like normal's a disguise, and I don't want an application or a half-an-hour lunch or a cubicle to work a job that I don't even love. My veins are full of gasoline, my motor's made of stolen parts. I've tightened all the nuts and bolts, but I don't want to work on cars. The system's trying to smother me, but anarchy is in my heart. They slash my tires and cut my brakes, I'll crash now if it even starts. My boss don't even know that I make music he would care about. He thinks I'm just some stoner stacking boxes in a warehouse. I got dreams and goals and things I'm told are worth to keep aspiring. When music is my full-time job, then nobody can fire me. But right now it ain't hiring, my groceries expiring, my rent is due, my phone is off, the extra shifts are tiring. I know I'm made for more than what my resume reflects. The government is trying to dumb me down with guns and booze and sex. I'm not a salesman, I couldn't sell beer in the prohibition. I've never been the type to make a living off commission. I'm no good at wearing suits or doing taxes for a business. I want to count some money, not the hours and the minutes. I'm not a carpenter, a lawyer, a doctor. I'm not a waiter or a teacher or a cop or a plumber. I'm not a tradesman or an architect, an engineer, a pilot or a mailman. I'm something that don't fit into their perfect little game plan. I'm me. And they can try to kill my spirit with overtime when the barn burns. But if there's one thing I ain't scared of, it is long days and hard work. So they can pay themselves $1 while I only make a cent. But I will stack up all my pennies till they're higher than the fence. Then I'll climb them like a ladder and jump to the other side. Spend the nickels that I made on a taxi or hitch a ride. But they never thought they'd see the day I left them to survive and use the system that they built to leave their system all behind.
God, that was a really good one. I loved the whole message of it too. Like the whole thing of saying I'm not who you want me to be. You know, I don't work for you. I work for me.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I just rhymed right there. Bar.
Spoken word.
Spoken word. I'm just. Anyways,
I mean,
that was really good.
And there's, if you look at the creative types, I don't think any of them fit that mold. When you look at this kind of creativity, I'm not talking about actors and things like that. But when you're looking at, rappers of all different kinds, even mainstream, or you're looking at artists, yes, there's seems to be a business model out there for it, which is one reason we love Tom, is just because of his independence. He doesn't have to fit that mold. But these types, they just don't fall into that. And I mean, I wish I didn't, and it could be that a lot of us are conditioned to fall into that. Like I've said numerous times, we're conditioned about our government. Well, I broke that mindset probably 10 or 15 years ago. We're conditioned about how we work in a week. I think the entire work week needs to be revamped. I mean, who decided that 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, 9 to 5 is the work week? Fuck that. I mean, that's what ends up being like, 2/3 of your life, or you spend at work. Yeah. I mean, that's bullshit. We're not designed like that. I'm not saying we should be lazy and not work. That's all I'm saying. There should be more give and take. I mean, I've gotten to the age now where my weekend feels like a lunch break. It's
bars, spoken word. Spoken word. No, spoken word. Somebody clip that.
Somebody clip that. So just it's crazy. I understand that, and we're all built different. And I admire people that can break that.
I was just thinking about it. That was really good.
I don't even
even had like a cadence.
I don't even remember what I said now.
I don't either, but like it was really good. God,
what's going on, man?
Work.
Nobody calls me,
until we start recording.
Anyway.
There you go.
Oh look! Oh, it's Mr. Likely.
Oh, Mr. Likely is calling. Scam Likely.
Scam Likely.
Mr. Scam Likely.
Oh, those bastards. They always, hey, at least I get a phone call.
I watch these YouTubers who all they do is call scammers and like make them act a fool and like tell them where they are and where they live and what they do. It's free. Anyway, that's not the point. Very, very good spoken word stuff though. Like that was.
I mean, this is hard hitting.
Hard hitting stuff. I even told him when we were deciding what to record. He was like, we scrolled past it and I was like, the spoken words are pretty good. And he was like, well, would I like it? And I was like, yeah, there's some pretty deep hitting stuff on there. So then we were like, let's do it. And I'm glad we did because that was worth it.
No, it was well worth it.
Yeah.
So, and I bet you all of you can find something in those that applies to you.
Yep.
So anyway, we're at 25 minutes.
I know. But I didn't really want to split those up into two different videos just because, I didn't know how long each video would be. They might have been about the same. About 13 minutes each, but it's fine. It's too late now. We've done it. But yeah, that was very fun. we're gonna try to do some other videos too. I just know that these have been recommended, so we've decided to do them. But yeah, you got anything else to say?
I think I said enough.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Peace.